Hello, my fellow code toasters. Welcome back to Toaster Code, the place where we give your JavaScript the discipline it desperately needs. So, today we are talking about enums, the one thing in TypeScript that keeps your constants from becoming a complete mess. Now, I know what you are thinking. Why do I need enums? I already have strings and numbers. And to that, I say, yeah, you also had relationships before, but enums are like boundaries. Without them, things get chaotic. So before looking into like why we need enums, let's see what exactly is enums. So basically, enum is a short form of enumeration, and it is just a list of named constants in your code. Think of it like a labeled container for a group of related values. So you can use names instead of raw strings or numbers. Okay, let's see an example. Let's see the JavaScript without enums. Okay, uh, something like let's write a function maybe function check roles. Okay, here I'll pass a role, and here I'll do if role equals admin. All right, then what we can do, we can print console log access granted. Okay, and let's add else if role equals user, then we'll do console log limited access, and we'll do else if role equals maybe guest, then we'll do console log you have view only access. Fine, this is a very basic JavaScript function. Hope you know what how to write a function in JavaScript. If you don't, then check out my JavaScript playlist. Okay, so this is a normal JavaScript function. What I'm doing here, I'm passing a role in this function. Okay, and checking if the role is admin, then you will the access will be granted. If the role is user, then you will get a limited access. If the role is guest, you have just view only access. I mean, this is a very basic function which like, and this is very widespread used function wherever you are going to write a application where there are multi-level authentication is going to be done. In that case, you have to write the function something like this. Okay, there are many more validations. Okay, but this is just an overview. So understand here the issue why we need enums. This is without enums. Okay, and let's call this function maybe let's call the check roles function, and I will pass admin. Okay, let's run this, and what is going to happen, we are going to get this result console log access granted. Okay, we'll do node enums.js. Here we got access granted because we passed the admin. Okay, now let's exploit the JavaScript. Here we can do check roles, and we will do uh, let's pass admin. Okay, you see here admim. Okay, if I'll do this, let's run this again. We got access granted. Here we have typo, but we are not getting any errors. If I will comment this out, and let's run with just one, no result, nothing. Okay, but we are not checking for admin, we are checking for admin. Here we have a typo, but JavaScript doesn't care at all. That's why we have enums. You're getting my point. What if someone writes something, pass something like this? It's very common typo. Everyone makes these things. Okay, like m and n comes like next to each other. They are neighbors on the keyboard, so it's very likely happen all the time. And JavaScript is not giving me any error. You see what, like, let's say there is a huge project of uh, 10 or 20 files. Okay, 1,000 line of code in that. Then can you imagine how you are going to find out the issue, exact issue, and where it is? It's next to impossible thing. That's why TypeScript came to save us from this. JavaScript is like, sure, you can have admin access. We don't judge you. But then you spend 3 hours debugging why your code doesn't work, only to find a missing N instead of M. Now, do you know magic numbers? Magic number is basically 0 and 1 are called as magic numbers. Okay, let's see a example with magic number. We'll do without enums. Okay, let's run another example, let's say, so that you can understand it and you don't have to watch any other video for that. Okay, something, the magic number is like 0 will be success. Ah, success spelling looks like I'm not going to be successful ever. And 1 will be failure. Okay, this is a referred term as magic number. There is nothing magic in this. So let's write something like function process order, maybe uh, process order, and here I'll pass status. Fine, and here I'll check if status equals 0. Then what we can do is do console dot log uh, order completed. Okay, let's add this in. And I can do another if status equals 1, then we'll do console.log order failed. Fine, again this is a very basic function. We are passing 0 and 1. Okay, and here let's call this function by process order, and we will pass 1. Fine. uh, Clear this and run it again. Here you can see order failed. Why order failed? Because we passed 1 and it gave us order failed. If the status is 1, then you will receive order failed. That's what we did. Now let's do it again. Like here we can do, let's pass 3. We are not checking for 3. Okay, and you know what is going to happen. Order failed. Here also JavaScript is like, sure, let's just ignore logic entirely. We passed 3 and we are getting this order failed because of this one. If I'll comment this out, this one, okay, there will be no output for this one. You see, we are getting an output just for the first function, access granted, this one, but no output for this. Why? Because JavaScript here is like, uh, let's just ignore logic entirely. I don't care if you are passing 3 or what. I am just checking for 0 and 1. Other than that, I'm not give a shit. So magic numbers are even worse. It's like dating someone who only refers to you by your bank account balance. Technically works, emotionally very scaring. All right. Then here enters enum. Enum fix all this nonsense by giving your constants a name. You get auto-complete type checking and zero tolerance of your typos. Now let's move to our TypeScript file. Okay. How we define an enum? We will write the same function. Let's write the same function in our TypeScript. Okay, here we have admin, user, and guest, 3 roles. All right, so here what we will do, we will define an enum. And what was the enum? Role. This is basically a role. Okay, here these are the roles. We're passing role, so we'll create an enum role, and in the role we will mention that I have 3 roles: admin, user, and guest. We have defined the enum. Now how we can use this, let's see. We'll do function uh, check role, and here we will do uh, role of type role. Okay, and here we will check if role equals role dot admin. Very simple. In that case, we will do console dot log access granted. Fine. Now let's run this function. How you are going to run this function? For that, we will do check role, and here we will pass role dot admin. This is how you will pass from here. No, you are not going to write it so that there will be no issues. Okay, no typos. Here you will do check role admin. Okay, and now let's run this. So for running this, first we have to add an exports. Okay, now we can run this. Let's clear this, and we'll do tsc enums6, this is the name of the file, dot ts. We have a enum6.js over here. You see over here how this TypeScript converted into JavaScript. What it did, this is how it created a enum in JavaScript. Basically, you see here where role, then inside the function role we have a role of type admin is at 0 1 2. It's just like an array. Okay, so let's just run this. Let's not uh, go in too deep of this, because we'll understand that in too deep in coming videos. For now, let's just understand its basic, that how this enum is working. Okay, so here let's run this node enums6.js, and here we have access granted. But there is one thing. Okay, what if I will do over here, like if I'll go over here and I'll do in TypeScript file, I'll do check role over here and I will pass admin. You see, I am written it and I am getting an error. You see over here, if you hover it, you'll see argument of type admin is not assignable to parameter of type role. You cannot assign anything, you have to select from these things. So now TypeScript is like your overprotective friend. That's not admin. That's strange. Don't let them in. You see, now you can't make any typos. Doesn't matter what you are writing, what you are passing. Even if you'll try to pass this admin, still it will be an error. Admin is present in this role, but still you cannot pass it. You have to select from this enums only. Whatever is defined in the enum, you have to select the role from this and check from this. You can't run anything other than this. So that's why enum exists, to give structure and sanity to your constants. In the So now that we have roasted magic strings and number into oblivion, let's talk about the first type of enum in TypeScript. That is numeric enums. Yes, enums are of multiple types. Okay, so let's talk about the first one, that is uh, numeric enums. All right, a numeric, basically this one comes with a free bonus feature that will blow your mind: reverse mapping. Okay, a numeric enum assigns each number a number starting from 0. Getting confused? Don't. It's like listen it under again. A numeric enum assigns each member a number starting from 0, unless you say it otherwise. Okay, it's like school roll number. Basically, you might have assigned a roll number in your school, something like that, or in your college. It automatically assign, but you can still request a specific one. Let's see something like this, just in case, just like this one. Okay, maybe let's just let's understand it here. Basically here, this, if you'll see this in admin case, this will be of type 0. Or let's write a new one, forget about it. Maybe we'll do enum cars. All right, and here we will do uh, BMW or BMW, whatever you prefer to call, Audi, uh, maybe a Mustang. Fine. So now what happens here is enums assign a specific number to it. Like this is a 0, just like array. It starts from 0, then this will be 1, and this will be 2. Okay, if you will do something like this, like if I'll do console.log here, and here I will do cars dot BMW. Okay, if I will run this, let's see what is going to happen. First, let's transpile this into JavaScript version. Fine. Uh, Here we got 0. You see, cars.bmw is 0. If I will do, let me do this. If I'll do over here Audi, and if I'll do over here Mustang, you will get 0, 1, 2, and 3. Let's add something else as well over here. Enums 1, enums 2. Okay, let's just stick to it, and let's transpile it again, and let's run the JavaScript version. Here you see enums 1 is 0, enums 2 is 1, and this one is 2. So this is how it happens. Like you are not doing it manually. Okay, this is how enums works in TypeScript. Here TypeScript is like, hey, you don't pick a number, no worries, I'll just start from 0 like a normal computer scientist, because in computer counting starts from 0. Okay, but you can do one thing as well. Here you can manually tell it that, hey, the BMW will be of number 10. Let's say I'm writing any random number. Okay, here the BMW is 10. Now you will be shocked. I'll transpile this file, then I will run this. Then here you see 10, 11, and 12. Whatever you will write for the first one, the next one will be that. Let's let's don't write anything over here, and here I will write Audi equal to maybe 15. Okay, now what is going to happen? Let's see. Transpiled it, now run the JavaScript version. Here you see 0, 15, and 16. The first one is by default. I mean, if you are not adding anything manually, then it will be 0. And here I added in the second one 15. So if you will add anything at any place, the next one will be its like right next number. So here I added 15. So next one will be Mustang will be 16. If I'll add here 50, the Mustang will be 51. Got my point? It's like giving your kid a head start in a race. Okay, TypeScript will still handle the rest of the sibling automatically. This is basically called custom indexing. Custom starting index. Got it. Now there is also a thing called or let me not confuse you, let me write it separately. Custom starting index, maybe I'll add enum status. What should we add? Success. Let's give it 1. Then I'll do failure. Failure will be by default 2. Okay, because I have added the first one as 1, so next one will be right next to 1, that is 2. Then maybe a pending will be 3. This is called custom starting index. Okay, like if you will do over here console.log, we'll do success, and here I will add status dot success. If I'll run this, you will get 1. Let me add another one, maybe failure, and here I'll do failure. All right, now if I'll transpile it and run it, here you see success is 1, failure is 2, and if you will print pending, it will be 3. So this is what happens custom starting index. Okay, here you have to tell just one, anyone, that okay, you are this number. The next, all next will be already taken care by TypeScript is smart enough to do that. Okay, now there is a thing called reverse mapping. This is the secret weapon basically over here. Now what is reverse mapping? This is a cool part. Okay, numeric enums in TypeScript are bidirectional. Now what I mean bidirectional here is you can get the name if you have the numbers basically. Here if I'm printing status dot success, then I'm getting 1. But if you will like print 1, then also you will get success. This is what I'm saying bidirectional. Let's see it. Let's write a new one. Don't go for the older ones. We'll do enum direction maybe. Okay, and here we will do up, down, left, and right. Fine, let's comment out the above ones so that we don't need a crowded all right, so we have the enums. Now let's add the console log. We'll do console.log, and here I will do direction up. Okay, and here I will do direction dot up. We have already seen that how this works. Okay, it will give us 0 because by default that is 0. But okay, uh, maybe we'll do copy the same line. Okay, in case you don't know how I'm doing this so quickly, there is a very good shortcut key in the VS Code. You just do alt shift and arrow down. Okay, and it will copy the same line below. Okay, and here maybe do let's do direction down, and instead of doing writing the name of it, what we can do is we can do direction of uh, 1. Down is at 1. Okay, we'll do direction 1 and it will print us down. Let's maybe do another line. We'll do maybe for right, and here we will pass direction 3. Fine, now let's run this. Here you see direction up is 0, but direction down, that is direction 1, is down, direction right is right. So this is what I said when I said that that numeric enums in TypeScript are bidirectional. You can also do it from this the name of the enums or their position, just like an array. It's like knowing your x number and being able to instantly recall their name, except here it's actually useful and doesn't lead to bad decisions. I mean, bad decision always comes with x, so sorry, I got too emotional. All right, so there are some problems with numeric enums. That reverse mapping exists for numbers, not for strings. And also, like, you can accidentally pass an invalid number and TypeScript will not complain at runtime. Like if I'll do over here 30, see, there is no error showing. So this is an issue with the numeric enums. So what is the fix of this issue? Validate values before use. or prefer string enums for user facing constants. Okay, we are going to see string enums, don't worry. So there is this issue with the numeric enums, so keep that in mind. Okay, that reverse mapping exists for numbers, not for strings. Here you can do the reverse mapping which we just did. Okay, this is the reverse mapping, and you can pass any number and TypeScript will not complain at runtime. Okay, when you will run this code, then there will be some issues. Okay, it will compile fine, but runtime will be, it will be chaotic at runtime. So numeric enums are great until you realize someone typed in 999 and suddenly your app thinks it's a valid direction straight into the void. Okay, so don't do that. So numeric enums are fast, efficient, and they even remember your name. But we have also seen the issues. So now let's fix that, and let's check string enums. Okay, string enums. So numeric enums are like that friend who's good at remembering faces but terrible with names. I'm one of them. Okay. Sometimes I even ask the person directly that, hey, what is your name, even though I know this person from last 3 years. So it happens. So now let's meet string enums, the cousin who labels everything so clearly that you can debug in your sleep. That is string enums. So instead of auto assigning numbers, string enums let you manually assign readable string value to each members. This is great when you want your constant to be crystal clear in logs, APIs, or debugging tools. Okay, like let's see some example. We have already taken a lot of example. Let's comment some. I'll comment this one. And I'll use the same example over here. I'll do enum status, and what I can do over here is success. And instead of writing 0, 1, or 2, I'll do over here maybe success. Failure, failure, um, pending, pending, and it works same. Like if I'll do over here console.log status is, and here I'll do status dot uh, success, and it will print me this success in all caps. Like I'll show you. Sorry. Here you see status is success. So instead of assigning it 0, 1, or 2, you can also assign this. It's like labeling your kitchen jars. Hey, this one is sugar, this one is coffee, this one is tea. I mean, you can easily identify between sugar and tea, but it's hard to identify sometimes between sugar and salt. Okay, so it's better to put a label there. So instead of just putting 1, 2, and 3 and hoping that you remember which one is sugar and which one is salt, I mean, good luck with that. You are having a salty tea. Oh my God, I need some water. Sorry. All right. So why string enums are better for readability? So in logs, you see success instead of 0. You're not going to see 0. You are going to see success, and it's like easy understandable that okay, this is a success. And no accidental reverse mapping. It's avoid weird behaviors. You're not going to map any 0, 1, or 2. Okay, if I'm passing this success, that's fine. Otherwise, anything else other than this will be an error. So it prevents passing random numbers as valid values, which we did over here. Like we can pass any number over here. That's fine. All right. So let's see an example. Maybe let's do the same. Write a function for handle status, and here I'll do status of type status. All right. And here I will check if status equals status dot success, or we have already taken an example of success, so let's do maybe for failure. All right. I'll do console.log, you are a failure. Okay. And here I'll do handle status, and I will pass uh, status dot failure. If I'll pass this, okay, then it will work. Like, I'll let me just show you. You see here, you are a failure. We got this. But in like let me copy this line, and instead of this, if I will do over here, if I'll try to pass this failure, it will be an error. You can't do this. You see, argument of type failure is not assignable of to parameter of type status. So string enums are like name tag at a party. You know exactly who you are talking to without guessing their number. And here, like with string enums, you lose reverse mapping. You can't do the reverse mapping here. That is only in the numbers. So you can't get the key from the value automatically. But honestly, in most cases, you don't need it, because why you need a numeric value of this or a reverse mapping here? Because it's pretty understandable. That's why we are using string. So it's like remembering your ex name but not their number. A blessing in disguise. Now, there will be a lot of, you might be thinking that what is the use case of this? So there are very like a lot of real world use cases, like you are doing in for API status codes or order status. Like API status code will be like, okay, it's this API is okay or not found or success or failed, unauthorized, whatever it is. Okay, these things you can use enum. Or they're like order state, like order is placed, shipped, delivered, pending, out for delivery, whatever it is. So for these things, like you should use enums always. This is especially great for teams, because when someone else read your code, like order state dot shipped is obvious. And what if you'll pass order state uh, like is its index maybe 2? That's a guessing game, that what is the 2 over here, right? So that's why we should use also string enums. So string enums are like clean, readable, and typo proof. And that's a wrap on enums in TypeScript. So today we roasted magic strings and magic numbers. We saw how numeric enums are like your efficient friend who loves numbers but sometimes lets strangers in, and how string enums are the more readable, label loving cousin who's allergic to typos basically. So the takeaway from here is use enums when you have got a fixed set of related constant that you want to protect from spelling mistakes, logic errors, and chaos. And if you want performance and reverse mapping, go for numeric. If you want readability and cleaner logs, go for strings. Next up in TypeScript Masterclass, we are going to tackle generics, the thing that makes beginners cry, seniors argue, and TypeScript truly shine. Okay, the next will be very important episode. And trust me, we are going to make it so simple that you will wonder why you were ever scared. And I'm going to push this code to our GitHub repository. Okay, you will find the GitHub link in the description of the video. From there you can download this, you can play along. Just give a star to the repository. And if you haven't subscribed the channel, please do that. Okay, So this is toaster code, where we keep your code clean, your types tight, and your any logged in the basement. So smash that subscribe, drop your enum war stories in the comments, and I'll see you in episode 7. Thank you.